Good evening, Cornflakes. Welcome to a sick Pizza Master 69 movie review of Godzilla, King of Monsters. Now, what do I think of this movie? Bad. That's what I think of this movie. I would probably give it a 4 or a 2 out of 10. I would give it a 2 out of 10. Point number 1. Too much hugging. Oh, shoot. Gosh dang it. Too much hugging. There's clearly way too much hugging in this film. That's my first point. The monsters that are supposed to be ferocious monsters fighting each other most of the time are just hugging each other, and throughout most of the movie I felt a bit uncomfortable. Just speaking out of honesty here, did not watch the movie to try and see this sort of actions between the monsters. They really just were hugging each other, and a lot throughout the movie. So I would not bring your kids, to be 100% honest, just because it's real huggy. So if you are not if you're a parent that is not a fan of the hugs, I would not recommend bringing your child to this. Yeah. My second point here is that the tub girl, she should have died. Now this is a spoiler if you have not watched the movie, so cover your ears, or if you're wearing your headphones, please remove them at this point in the video. And anyways, I feel that the girl should have died when she got hit by an entire building, and then was just in a tub. I really think that should have been a death. I feel as though it was a bit of an unrealistic movie, which, I should think that Godzilla would be a very realistic movie, considering the fact that it's Godzilla, based off of a true story. So unrealistic, just because of the hug scene. That girl was kind of she should be dead. Any real person that gets hit by a building gets deaded. That's an automatic dead. So the fact that she didn't dead, it's a bit uncomfortable. I cannot lie. I was uncomfortable watching the movie after that point, because I didn't know if she was supposed to be a superhero or what was going on. The third thing that I didn't like about the movie is that I thought that they should have utilized better attacks, because the whole time it was just like lightning and then fire, then lightning again, and then fire again, and then lightning, and then fire, you know what I mean? And then hugging, and then biting, and, the occasional monster bangage, was not ideal. I had to cover my eyes for some scenes because it got a bit vulgar, to be quite precise with my words. The monster's name is Monster Zero throughout the movie, and I thought they could have just done a much better job of naming that monster, considering the fact that it was a 3-headed, lightning-breathing dragon. I thought they should have done, maybe the lightning bolt. That would have been pretty sick. I would have bumped my rating up to at least a 3 out of 10. But for now, it remains at a 2. Also, I'm just gonna add another point here. It was just an all-around stinker of a plot line. The plot line was so bad. It was a snooze fest, to be honest. I almost fell asleep, but I needed to keep my eyes open so I could do this movie review for for my loyal Cornflakes. Yes. Unfortunately, Monster Zero is some sort of hurricane, so they decide that they're like, oh, there's a massive hurricane. Oh wait, no. The monster is the hurricane, and that really just grinded my gears to another level. I was like, what do you mean? How is this monster a storm? That can't be possible. And, you know, based off a true story, how am I supposed to... It should be realistic, you know? It should be realistic. And those of you who don't believe Godzilla is based off a true story, you guys are just completely mistaken and have no idea what you're talking about. Your credibility is far from solid. I would say your pathos, logos, and ethos are all in whack. Complete whack. To continue on with my review, the government, everything, nothing happened. They don't do anything. The whole time, they're just doing absolute jack. Absolute diddly squat. There's one guy who's kind of the main character. I don't even know if he is the main character. Quite honest, I think he's a co-main character. We'll give him co-main character, and he does literally everything for the movie. He's the only guy that makes commands, does anything. He's bossing the military around. I'm like, you pick this guy up. This guy's taking pictures of wolves. You pick him up, and he's bossing you around. I don't think, you know, that's just not smart, not a tactical move. Also, why? Like, why would you just pick this guy up in the middle of the woods? Plus, it was supposed to be a feel bad, but like they were doing everything for this guy, their kid named Andrew, or I don't know his name. I'm not gonna bother looking it up either. But their kid named Andrew. We don't ever meet Andrew, but he died. But they're like, what would Andrew want? What would Andrew want? The whole movie, we don't know who Andrew is. All right, we understand he's your kid, but we never made an emotional attachment with Andrew. So how are we supposed to feel bad? If you understood what I'm talking about. If you watched the movie, I'm sure you would. If you haven't watched the movie, spare yourself and don't. Save your $7 on a movie ticket and buy maybe 3 large bags of rice. Cook that up, make yourself a nice dinner. Anyways, it's ridiculous. Final complaint. Godzilla is just boring, to be quite frank. He's a fire-breathing dinosaur thing that goes underwater. How creative, you know. Give us something original. Give us something we want. What do the people want? You know, you always gotta ask yourself that as a director. Here's Pizza Master 69's a master director. So I'm gonna give some master techniques here that you should use as a director in the future. Just think, what do the people want? Do the people want Godzilla, or do they want something unexpected? Maybe name the movie Godzilla, but don't include Godzilla in the movie. You know what I mean? Something like that. Something just unexpected. Just have a 3 dotted line as the main character fighting crime, baking chips in her easy bake oven. You know what I mean? That would be a great movie. I should make it, although I don't have the funds. Funds are low right now. That would be a multi-million-dollar movie. It has to be, because it's creative. Nobody's ever thought of it. Include the easy bake oven into the movie. The ending's bad too. The ending's bad to Godzilla too. Like, he just turns into a nuke that's super powerful, and he like eats them. And it's like, well, that's kind of... They just destroyed the entire city of Boston. You know, yeah, cool, you killed the three-headed dragon, but you should have just kept him in Antarctica. You know what I mean? In the first place. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. So I've come up with the alternate name to the movie, Godzilla, King of Beans. I think that title would more realistically suit the film. I believe that strongly. And I just believe that I was having a good day up until I saw Godzilla King of Beans. It's definitely not a C. My eyes, I had a massive headache afterwards just because of the bright lights of the fighting scenes. I was disappointed. I was surely disappointed, and I think that in the next movie, King Kong is going to be what's more powerful than a giant gorilla? Nothing. That's what, except for some things are, but not Godzilla, because he's a boring monster that anybody could have thought of. Alright, well, I'm done with my review. Peace out, Cornflakes.